Yo, so 11:27 time. First actual chapter in Elbaf. Let's go, okay? So the first thing with this chapter is that I don't really believe anything that happened in it, like, actually happened. Like, nothing here will have any indication of what will happen later in the arc. And I'll tell you why once we get into it. So the chapter starts out with some kind of fire, and the Giants are saying that they need to report it to the Sun God. So that makes me kind of think if anything in this chapter is actually real, then Luffy will probably be fucking worshipped in Elbaf since they love the Sun God so much over there. But anyway, we go back to Nami and this little Lego castle, and it's just an absolute fever dream over there. We get a little Usopp getting his ass beaten to a pulp. And look, I gotta say, okay, I fuck with the Usopp Elbaf fit. If this is actually his fit for Elbaf, I've seen a lot of negative shit about it, but I don't know, I kind of like it, I kind of fuck with it. And then while Nami and Usopp have a little dialogue, they bring up the fact that they were drinking, and what they are having right now could be a hallucination for being drunk or whatever, which is kind of where I'm at on this whole chapter, but the end really confirms it for me. So Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro come out of nowhere, and Luffy calls a Gear 3 move Gear 4, which is, you know, it's a little odd, like maybe it should be a little typo or whatever. And then what's really crazy is that what all of them say at the end, all three of them. So Luffy talks about sharing food, which just isn't Luffy. I mean, he's been fucking hogging all the food since he was a goddamn jit. I've never said that word, I'm sorry, that was fucking stupid. But he wants all that shit for himself. Like, that, come on, that's an integral part of his character right there. And then Zoro is talking about finding the rest of the crew, which, come on. Like, Zoro isn't finding shit, let's be real here. It's like, come on. It's been a gag since the goddamn beginning. And then Sanji suggests eating bugs, which Sanji does not fuck with bugs whatsoever. It'd be a little bit more obvious if he was talking about, like, not fucking with women or being an incel or whatever, but you know, he doesn't like bugs. Like, that's a little minor thing sprinkled in about his character. He doesn't like bugs. So where I'm at with this is that this is a Nami hallucination. Usopp, Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy aren't really themselves. Maybe they're all having their own little separate hallucinations. I really hope we don't see literally everybody's hallucination. That would take fucking forever. That'd just be the entire arc. So the shit that we're about to witness in the next couple of chapters isn't going to be real, which, I mean, if it's integral to the plot, then cool, but if Nami wakes up from this shit on the boat and it was all like a little dream that has nothing to do with anything on Elbaf, then I'm going to be pissed. That would just be filler at that point. But knowing Oda, that literally cannot be the case. This is the final saga or whatever. There has to be something here. I don't know what yet, but it's something, okay? Something's here. Let's talk about the Elbaf fits real quick. If this is what the actual outfits are going to be, or if this is just the Nami hallucination outfits, whatever. If we're still going to fucking go through them. So Nami, I mean, it's Nami. It's about what I expected here. Let's be honest. It's just, this is what Nami's going to look like in every arc post-time skip. Some variation of this. But Usopp, okay, I've already talked about it. I fuck with it. I like it. I like the little beard that he's got going on. And then Luffy, I like it, alright? It's pretty safe. It's about what I expected for a Luffy Elbaf fit. You know, the little Viking helmet or whatever. He's got it all going on. And then Zoro. He's pretty controversial. I've seen a lot of people talking about he looks pretty fucking stupid, you know, with the glasses or goggles or whatever, but I like it. It reminds me of the Skypiea Zoro fit, and it goes pretty hard. You know, it's been a minute since we've seen Zoro with the little goggles. And then Sanji, okay? He's a pretty basic bitch. It's pretty good, okay? It doesn't look bad. It's just pretty safe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's about it. Break next week. Filler video on the way. Pretty solid chapter, okay? Well, this is a weird start to an arc. I don't think we've ever had an arc start with a hallucination like this. We'll see how it goes. But, yeah.